Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, huge Bitcoin bounce. It was expected. And I'm going to explain why it happened. I think many of you guys predicted this was going to come. But I've been saying for the past few days, just wait and see what happens. I think this week is going to be good. And we're off to a pretty good start. So let's discuss this Bitcoin bounce and the reason for it and what to expect for this coming week. So, as always, thanks for watching. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams almost every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome. One more time for good measure. All right, so let's get started. Overall, guys, it's not rocket science why Bitcoin bounced up. I told you guys, I streamed earlier today. I told you guys, hey, I expect this week to be a nothing burger because of a doctor's report. We know that last Friday, the Dow went down 900 points. Europe, Asia, all the equities market went down. Okay? And that's because this new variant was discovered, right? Even Dr. Fauci over here saying urge caution. You know, there's a lot of stuff that was going on. Okay? A lot of stuff going on, a lot of fear. Of course, this prompted Bitcoin to fall down from nearly 60,000. We're at 59.5. From nearly 60,000 down to about 53,000 and stood there for a little bit. And I said, I expect this to be a nothing burger because a doctor from South Africa came out and said, well, the victims that got this new strand, well, they're not doing so bad. It's actually quite mild. They didn't lose their sense of smell. They didn't get really bad. They just had some muscle fatigue, and that was pretty much it. So I kind of expected that this week the market would just just recover and just ignore it. So you could see over here at the top, the U.S. futures market right now for Dow Jones is up 261 points. So things are recovering, and it's no surprise that Bitcoin is also recovering. Basically, it held this bottom of this channel that I've been showing you guys. It held there. It dropped slightly below, but it bounced up pretty significantly to where it is now, 57.4, which is higher than just a few days ago when Bitcoin was still hovering around 55, 56. We're above that. So we're only 2,000 points away from our, Thanksgiving high of 59.5, right? Which means that tomorrow we could see Bitcoin back up to 60,000 in no time, right? So this is kind of expected. I kind of told you guys, do not panic. This will pass over. This is all due to this new variant scare. And also, I told you guys about the fear and greed index, which I'm going to go through a little bit. But you could see that it has recovered from its extreme fearful of 21 to where it is now, where it's just fear, right? But I even told you guys, I think last night, told you guys about contrarian way of trading. You buy when things are low. You buy when there's fear. There's blood out there, right? Not that there was really any blood out there, but still, you get my point. There was some panic. There was some fear out there, right? So yeah, last few days, pretty good buy opportunity. Pretty good chance to buy some of these favorite projects of yours at a discount. Some that has been very, very, very hot. Very hot. And they just come right back up now. I mean, they're nearly, back to their highs. The L1s, the network protocols, and L2s, they're not quite there yet. So there are still, there's still bargains. Ethereum is still below their high, about 11% off. Solana is about 22% off from their high, right? So there's definitely room there. You got like Polkadot's 33% off their high, Avalanche 22%. So there are some that are off their high. But Luna right now is doing really well, only 10% off. And then you look at some of the others like Metaverses, like Mana is up 17% today. Sandbox is up even more, and they're like about 10% off their highs, right? So even right now, you could still get these projects at a discount, but of course yesterday and the day before were even better. All right, so that's what I really wanted to lead with. VA, I do appreciate that, and back to you. That's what I want to lead with is, I've said just wait, see what the equities markets, how they're going to react, how these Wall Street guys are react, right? How the world is going to react. Are they going to panic more over this new strain, right? If they are, it's probably going to bring everything down. But if they're not, and it turns out that this is just a one big whole nothing burger, well, the market's going to recover in a big way. I would not be surprised if the Dow shoots up 900 points tomorrow. Like, that would be totally, within the norm. Because this negative 900 points on Friday didn't make any sense. And tomorrow, with the futures up only nearly 300%, it could be up 900 points by the end of the day and just really wipe out what happened on Friday. And I expect the same thing for Bitcoin. We're at 57.3. Tomorrow, it would not be unreasonable to wake up and see Bitcoin at 60,000 or even above, trying to break through. We still have, let me remind you guys, we still have a few days left. We have tomorrow and we have Tuesday. Can Bitcoin pump up from where it is now to 98,000? Probably not, but there's still a chance. It's the same, it's a better chance than, say, winning the Powerball Mega Millions. It's not likely, but you got better odds, right? So let's see where Bitcoin ends up. And I did want to show you guys this one thing. I've shown you guys this over the last few days about this channel that Bitcoin's in, right? And it held. Bitcoin held. I told you guys about the RSI level versus these previous lows at about 28, 29,000, and also here about 40,000, right? So Bitcoin is in this channel where it's forming higher lows and higher highs. That's important, right? And the RSI did show that it was ready to bounce, and of course the lower channel held. And what's great about this is, if this continues onwards, where is Bitcoin going to head next? Well, if you look at the top of this channel, Bitcoin went from, 30,000 all the way up to about here, about 52,000 before settling down. And then it went from 40,000 all the way up to about 68,000, and it came back down. So next stop, if this continues on, you're probably going to see Bitcoin reach about, probably, I would say, about 80,000, and maybe come back down a little bit and then continue on to 90 and 100,000. So that is what it's looking like right now. So things are looking pretty good. Right? And I just like to remind you guys that when things don't look good, right? I told you guys don't FUD yourself out, but it's hard to ignore because just 2 days ago, CNBC posted how Bitcoin enters another bear market, right? So tomorrow, they're going to have another headline saying Bitcoin enters a bull market. So, when things are bad, when things are fearful, right? There's a lot of people that kind of tell you, or a lot of, I should say, media outlets may want to fear you out even more, right? So when it comes to crypto, there's always going to be volatility. I've just said that, but you gotta calm down, right? Realize that Bitcoin is just fine. Realize that this is temporary. It's going to be a drop in the bucket versus where things will be in the future, right? And you got to ignore headlines like this. Then you'll be just fine. It'll be just fine. Now, I did want to talk about this crypto fear and greed index. So on CryptosRUs, there's a very, very cool article that kind of explains some of the things that I've just talked about. So if you guys haven't looked at it, make sure you do so. But what's great about this is it does show you and correlate what happened with the last few times, right? The greed index, or I should say fear index, dropped down to about 20. Like I told you a few days ago, dropped to about 21, extreme fear. Last time it did this, Bitcoin rallied 60% afterwards. So think about that. It went from, October 20th. It went from about 50,000 all the way to 67,000. And that was pretty good. And then you go back before, right, when Bitcoin was even lower, then Bitcoin went up 130%. So, I mean, if you look at this correlates it really, really well. So one of my writers, Andrew, he did a really, really good job at this. So if you guys want to see the correlation, make sure you go to CryptosRUs.com and check this out. But bottom line is, using the Crypto Fear and Greed Index is a pretty good indication of bottom and tops. Whenever it goes one way or another, that's just how it is. And lastly, I want to show you guys whale alerts. If you guys want to check out yourself, you're seeing a lot of whales. They're panic buying right now. For example, 17 minutes ago, you have $20 million transfer from a wallet into KuCoin, right? What is that? What is that for? Well, that's $20 million being used to buy crypto. Okay. No, it's not my wallet, but someone's wallet just transferred $20 million to buy a whole lot of crypto on KuCoin. And here's another one, $20 million transfer to Bitfinex. Probably used for leverage to buy some Bitcoin and crypto, whatever, right? So if you look at whale alerts, you got a lot of whales that's depositing large amounts of crypto into exchanges because they are now buying. Either they're buying more, they're DCAing, maybe they panic sold and now they have to panic buy back in, right? Not every whale is smart, just so you know. There are a lot of whales that still do stupid stuff. So there you go. There you go. Someone says you could also short. No, they're not depositing to short, man. They're not doing that. No one dares to short Bitcoin and crypto right now. If you do, you're setting yourself up for failure. So there you go. All right. Outside that, just to kind of prove you guys, I will do some more DCA this Wednesday, but I skipped it last week because I was out, right? But just to show you, even with the last few days dips and today, right? The performance is still 100% in this portfolio. So again, to prove to you guys that if you follow the right strategy and you have a well-diversified portfolio, you don't have to make any trades. You don't have to try to outsmart the market. You simply buy, hold, and DCA, and that is it. Through all the volatilities, everything, hey, you know what? This portfolio is still up 100%, right? So it's not nearly as bad as people think. All right, that's pretty much it. It's going to be a short stream. Outside of that, before I get in Q&A, I do have a new sponsor. Another promising NFT / play to earn / metaverse play called BitHotel. Revolutionary NFT gaming. It's an online social NFT game that will use BitHotel as an in-game currency. And players collect NFT items and characters are able to display them in their room or in mini games. And each room has common room functions such as chat, and you could trade with others and you could just hang out. So basically, they have this metaverse kind of feel where you're just kind of hanging out there and you're talking to others. But the thing is, you can collect the items and the characters, right? And you're able to display them while you're interacting with others within this game, within this NFT metaverse, right? So the game is not out yet. You could see on the very left side, that is coming soon. But there are many things that's already out. For example, NFT. They're in-game NFTs. These are some of the players, the characters, right? And you could see that actually they're all sold out. They released quite a lot, like this one in January, 500. You got, this Wally Bets at 200, right? And all these are basically sold out. There's still one more legendary that they haven't released, but all these, the Doge Father, sold out. They sold out quite a bit. And if you look at it, they had 5,000 and they raised $1 million already, right? But they do have a marketplace that, of course, you can use to trade. And it's not just characters. There's rooms and there's furniture, right? So they're just making a whole metaverse based on, of course, a hotel, BitHotel. It makes sense, right? And also, in terms of their token economics, what can you do with the BitHotel token? Well, they're going to have yield farming and staking, so that's positive. In-game NFT investments, leaderboard rewards, perks, many mini-game NFT rewards, new NFT drops, and content and token transaction fee revenue. So that is what the BitHotel token is going to be used for. And lastly, if you look at some of the partners, right, there are a few And one other influencer, Altcoin Buzz, is also a partner of this project, Engine Starter. That's interesting. Ethereum Network, they're another crypto company, so they have a few partners already that's helping them grow this. So if you want to check out BitHotel, URL is in the description of this video. All right, guys. Now let's do some Q&A. All right. Does anyone know when E2 is coming out? Pissed that my coin is stuck in staking, waiting for Coinbase. Yeah, unfortunately, you probably didn't know, but if you stake in the ETH 2.0 chain, you can't take it out until it's done. And the latest timeline is probably like June of 2022. So you got some time to wait. But the good thing is ETH will go back up. It will form a new high and continue to go up. So it kind of like just forces you not to touch it, which for many is actually a good thing. Otherwise, they would be panic selling and trying to trade and outsmart the market. That doesn't always work out well. So, all right. Look into Shard coin. Shard. I think this is it. It's not, last 30 days, not very well. Overall, it's not doing anything. DeFi ecosystem, decentralized finance, all-in-one ecosystem by the people, building innovative, easy-to-use protocols and platforms for the future. So they are one big DeFi project. They have a cool exchange and terminal. They have their own wallet. They have their protocol, right, which they're going to use for their AMM and others. They're going to try to do NFT marketplace. They're going to come out with their game and their grant program. It seems like they're they're very ambitious, let's just say, at this point. But they're relatively small, so I don't know if they may be a little bit too ambitious at this point, John. CRO started coming back up. You know, the last few days I've been talking about promising L1s, metaverses, and others like CRO, right? Yeah, they were on fire. And the momentum, I don't think has stopped. It's just that temporarily the trade maybe have been halted because of the new strain, but now things are back. Right? Not all the way. Not all the way, but it's a good start. It's a very good start. Michael, thank you. Remain, someone keeps asking me. No, it's not a good coin, in my opinion. Do you own any coins that's under 500 million market cap? And will you be inviting us to your yacht at the end of the year? Maybe if you're a I am Jordan NFT holder, maybe. Under 500 million cap, you know, I have some. You know, let me scroll here. Oh, yeah, I went to a little bit too far, but let's go to page 2 here. All right. So under 500 million. I'll tell you, a lot of people. There's a few that people really love. For example, like Hero, some people have talked about Casper, which I thought was a privacy play, but it's not. I need to look more into them. And then people like Cartesi as a layer 2, Dent as a decentralized mobile play, right? These are Constellation. I actually really like them. They're a promising L1 that works with the Air Force. Chromia, which is the blockchain behind My Neighbor Alice. So they're all promising. You look at what else is there? Joe, that is the biggest DEX on Avalanche. Alchemy Pay, which is in the payments, they're up pretty good, 22%. Ergo, when Cardano does better, they're going to do better, but right now they're kind of suffering because of it. Bakery Swap, you know, they've been just kind of not doing well. I think people kind of moved on from their NFT ecosystem. So then they are also a AMM, but it seems like they're kind of struggling a little bit. But once upon a time, they were really good. QuickSwap also, but they've been struggling hard recently too. Yeah, Flex. No, not Flex. I meant to say Flux, but that's not it. Luxo, I don't know what's going on with them. They need to get that. Fabian needs to get their chain out ASAP. You look at Veracity, a lot of people like. I'm kind of neutral on them. Soul Phantasma, which is NFT kind of / metaverse game. Yeah, there's a lot I recognize. I don't know if I actually hold any of these. I do hold some VThor, that's for sure, part of VeChain. Ghost is also promising in NFT / gaming place. Telos, kind of promising. Talked about them a couple times. Yeah. Eternity. I remember this project being shilled to the moon before, and it just has lost all traction. Wozniak, eForce, they have no traction either. I guess, you know, to answer your question, there's a lot of promising ones. They don't have the momentum with them yet. That's why they're kind of stuck below 500 million. But some of them do have promise to go higher, right? Just right now they're a little bit down. All right, let me see. The best kind of burger is a nothing burger. I can't take credit for inventing that. I stole that from Kevin O'Leary. He used to call Bitcoin a nothing burger before he could admit that he liked Bitcoin. Now he can admit it. But before, he would say Bitcoin is a nothing burger. But I'm going to stick with that. Redfish, thank you. What else did I miss? Can we pick your brain about Mana, Decentraland? How does the future look? I like Decentraland, right? I've talked about them for quite some time. Way before this huge, you know, explosion because of Facebook's entrance into Metaverse. But, you know, it's still work in progress. Let's just put it this way. It's still work in progress. I've heard of people talk about how it's kind of slow and this and that, right? So it's not perfect. But it is the biggest decentralized metaverse out there. You have a lot of players that's involved, right? Forming stores and buying up land and all this stuff that's going on. So it's still an evolution. Obviously, it's really hot right now. I think they will continue to go up. But in the future, you know, there'll be a lot of use cases for these retail stores. Think about sneakers like Nike and Adidas. They could do special NFT drops only within their stores, their virtual stores on Decentraland. So think about that, right? I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do. Even Barbados, they're coming out with a virtual embassy. So you could actually get a visa and talk to someone there within the virtual embassy. So, you know, the possibility, the future possibility is endless. Right now, we can only imagine, but who knows? There's a lot of creative stuff that can happen in the future. Right? Companies will start owning land. They'll start selling things. You have projects like Busan that is already allowing virtual conversions from real to virtual and virtual to real. So in the future, maybe you could buy these things as NFTs and then convert it for real life items. So that's also being worked on. So, you know, it's very early, but it's kind of exciting. Dan asked 2 questions, 2 super chat, Atora. The future of gaming. This is the one that NFTs can change. Smart NFTs. So, for example, a sword could break. A car tire could wear down. So I know that's their niche. I don't know how many people are actually utilizing them though. So that's the thing. Let's check out their marketplace real quick. So they do have their own collections. Crypto cookies. Terra penguins. So they do have their own collections. So if their collections blow up, then it's definitely going to help them. But in the meantime, Are there smart NFTs being really used by games? Probably not. Probably not, right? But if they do get a very hot game, you know, if they partner up with a hot game that actually using smart NFTs from Altera, I think that'll help them in a great way. But I think their NFT marketplace looks beautiful. It looks really good. So if any of these actually catch on fire, it will definitely help them. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Price prediction on Condena. You know what? I'm not going to do any price predictions. I'm just going to say it's going to go higher. It's going to go higher. Talked about Condena. They're being listed on Gate.io this week, so that should help them. Opinion on Ultra. I have not checked out Ultra in a long time, but I know what they do. They're a decentralized gaming platform. They partner up with Ubisoft and AMD and several others. But I don't believe this is done yet. So last time I checked, they were just about to open up. Users couldn't log in yet. It was still like kind of in beta mode. I don't know if that's changed. But if they could get a robust, you know, ecosystem of gamers and gaming companies, it'd be good. I mean, plus they're in the metaverse kind of niche, so that should help them. You like Nervos and the recent partnership with iSafe Pal hardware wallet? Not really. That's not very exciting. Luxo mainnet delayed till next year. Plus James says token economics suck. Should I dump? What's up, B Pro? There's too many questions. Milk wheat. Luxos, first of all, their token economics suck because they're reserving a lot of that for NFTs. You'll notice that a lot of NFT projects, their tokens suck because they only release a very little amount out of the total because they're trying to save a lot of the tokens for future NFTs. So I get that, right? But that's just how it is. Because a lot of these NFT projects need to reserve their tokens for NFTs in the future. But the thing is about their mainnet, I agree with that because they are delayed, right? And plus, it was very hyped up as like a brand new revolutionary NFT kind of chain because this new ERC standard that Fabian is trying to create. But the thing is, they're all into fashion right now, and it's just it's kind of weird. It's like you think about like Ethereum, but fashion based, right? That's what it's happening. You look at their Twitter, you get a confusing message. You don't know if they're just a fashion company or they're like a serious L1 player because there's mixed tweets all over the place. I don't like their message. I think Fabian should just do his own account or whatever and just kind of concentrate on the technology. But he partnered up with this very famous, I guess, you know, fashion person that's worked with a lot of retailers. So, but they need to get their shit together and basically get it done. Thoughts on God's Token? I don't know about that game, William. Nothing burger with extra cheese. Invested in NUM, decentralized photo network for Web 3.0. Looks very interesting. If it's just for photos, then it does not sound interesting to me. New mirror? Is this what it is? The hardest data science tournament on the planet. This has nothing to do with the photo network. I don't know if you mean another one. Apply machine learning to predict the stock market. No. And just go say no to that. All right. That's it. What do you think about liquidity pools in general? They're fine. Like Thorchain is the biggest liquidity pool provider out there. As long as there's enough liquidity and enough DEXs are using them, it's fine. It's just not very sexy. It's not for me. I don't even put anything in liquidity pools, but I know many people do, and they're collecting good interest from them. So it's just, if it's your cup of tea, then great. Recommendation, opinion on BNB, Algomatic, UBT, keep all. I think they're all pretty good except UBT. Unibright? Yeah, there's some German company. I don't know if they're getting any kind of traction. So the other ones I do like. Binance Coin, Algorand, and Matic. Can you educate us on the effect of Web 3.0. Web 3.0 is a very generic term. Basically, all things decentralized. That's what it means. So, and everything's moving to decentralized nature. It's going to take some time. It's not going to be fast, but it's getting there. How does it feel to be a big celebrity? I'm not a big celebrity, and I'm glad I'm not, because if I was, and if I was getting hounded every single day while I'm out, that would be bad. But I'm not, so it's good. But occasionally, if someone recognizes me, that's a surprise, and I do like that. Silo is... Yeah, I remember this project. There's just like a whole ecosystem of DeFi products, and I don't think they're doing very well right now. Cross Wallet? I've never heard of Cross Wallet. Never heard of it. Curito, yeah, I got a nice research paper that I got to read about it, but that's my next one. I mean, DeFi for DeFi for institutions utilizing MetaMask, so something around that nature. I gotta do more research into them. Have you heard of Mina Protocol? Yes, I have. They can't scale and they can't handle archiving, so that's the thing. There's two weaknesses to Mina. What do you think about BTC Volcano Bond? I don't know what that is. Superman. I don't know if you're the real Superman, but if you are, thank you for that. I know you've been in this space for quite some time. Thoughts on Mutable X? Seems underhyped. No, I don't think. I think it's overhyped. Mutable X is just a layer 2, just like all these other ones out there. There's a ton of layer 2s, and even now layer 1s are also layer 2s, right? You don't need something like Immutable X, really, unless you really want to be in the Ethereum ecosystem. I get it. Like, Coinme is making that move, right? But these days, there's so many chains to choose from, right? And many of them are EVM compatible. So you can use Solidity, you can use EVM, and you don't have to be in the Ethereum ecosystem. But if you wanted to, you could with the Immutable X. But I don't think they're really undervalued or underhyped. I think they're just a utility. Alex, welcome, new member. I just talked about Phantom this morning. A lot of stuff is happening with Phantom. Their TVL is exploding. There's a lot of stuff going on. So I think Phantom is doing pretty well. Kalen, I never looked at them. There's some South Korean project. They were way overhyped. I know it's like it's a consortium of like projects or companies that's invested in it. I don't know if they're actually using it. But yeah, they like open up in the top 10, and then now they've fallen because kind of like ICP. They were just way overhyped, and now I don't know where they've fallen. Man, ICP is down 92% from their high, and Clayton is down 66%. Yeah. Benna, would you sell your alts to get into block? The answer is no. It's a very vague question. Would you sell your alts? What? You're implying that you're going to sell all your alts or everyone should sell their alts? The answer is no. No. It's that simple. Kudos. I don't know what Kudos is. It sounds familiar, though. It sounds very familiar. Maybe I do know them. Decentralized cloud computing. Yeah, there's a few others in this space. Kudos, it's not very sexy. Akash is another one. Flux is another one. Kudos. So it's just a matter of enticing businesses to move over to decentralized cloud versus a regular cloud, right? But it's very hard to prove that because businesses are not willing to take a chance on a decentralized cloud network. But they will. But right now it's just early. Cartesia, I'm not a fan of. Star Atlas, well, it's very hyped up metaverse play. Metaverse space game, but they're not out yet. But they have a lot of attention, that's for sure. Thoughts on List? Whew. I don't think List is coming back. I don't. No one's talking about List. What do you think about rebrand of Burstcoin to Signa on the Signum network? I have no thoughts on it because I have no clue about Burstcoin. Yeah, so my answer is no thoughts at all. Dingo coin is going to be wrapped. Okay, how do you feel about coins wrapped into other chains as tokens? That happens all the time. Wrapped Luna, you have wrapped Bitcoin, you have wrapped everything. Wrapped Condena, that's within the ecosystem of Ethereum ecosystem. They're just necessary. I don't know, just necessary liquidity, I guess, on different chains. But the good thing about Wrapped is it does take it out of circulation. Because how it works is if you, let's say you put Cadena, for example, you want to swap 1,000 Cadena into 1,000 W KDA, right? It locks it in with a smart contract. And on the other side, it mints out 1,000 W KDA. And when you unlock it, you switch it back, it'll burn those W KDA and then release the KDA for you, right? So that's using some kind of bridge mechanism. So it does lock it in. So that's the good thing, right? But it's just a utility. I'm thinking of making a crypto coin for my small business. No, it's not a good move. You go deal with the SEC. Don't even try. Don't even try. Finally made a live stream. Have you heard of Rhythm? Wants to be decentralized Spotify. And they're working on Rhythm Casino. Well, Casino doesn't sound like they're trying to be a decentralized Spotify, and I've not heard of them. The only one I like in the decentralized streaming is Audius. I think Audius is the one to look at. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Hey, overall, Bitcoin had a good bounce. Pretty good bounce. And it could continue on. And if it does, next stop is up like 84, 85, $90,000, right? So this whole nothing burger turned out to be a delicious nothing burger because equities market is coming up. People are realizing that this new variant really is not all that scary. So it does seem like the markets are going to recover. That is why Bitcoin is recovering, and I do expect that we're going to see more recovering tomorrow, right? We could be right back to 60,000, and no one's going to remember this anymore. Like I've been telling you guys, right? Never fear yourself out. That's the worst enemy, yourself. Not what other people say, not what CNBC says. It's you thinking about it 24/7, and you're checking your portfolio every 5 minutes, and that's how you fear yourself out, right? Sometimes you just gotta step away and just let things take their course. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11:30 a.m., bright and early. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.